Now, when it comes to children, I would forever say there is no manual in this world that could teach you how to be a great parent to your kids. There is no manual that will teach you how to prepare your children for the world. Yes, there are books of what to expect, but every single child is different, and every single child needs specific instructions and discipline. But there are certain rules that has to be fundamental. It has to be basic necessity in bringing up your children. I would say also, you are just a vessel for bringing kids into this world. You are not supposed to prepare your children for yourself. You prepare your children to be good citizens in society. Prepare your children in a way that society would not have to educate them. Now, I bring this up because I also made certain mistakes while I was raising my daughter, and I will break it down. But let me play this clip. I saw a really cute AI video, generated video, and I'm just going to play a little part from it.
Sarah, why is your room so dirty? It smells like something died in here. Clean this place up now.
Stanley, do not raise your voice at my daughter. She's just a child. Why does she know about hygiene? Don't worry, I'll clean it for her.
Baby, there's a used pad smelling everywhere in the toilet. Zara, don't you know how to clean and dispose of your pads? What is that smell, Zara? Did you bathe today?
No, Daddy. Today is Friday. I will come back early, so no need.
What? Baby, you're spoiling this girl. She's too lazy and cannot clean up anywhere.
Please, Stanley, she's my only child. Oh, I suffered from ridicule before having her. I will take care of her.
Oh, be careful, Mary.
Now, that young girl in that story grew up not knowing how to take care of her physical body, did not know how to cook a meal, did not know how to clean her space, and her mother made excuses for her the whole way. Her father, out of desperation, sent her to boarding school, and of course, when she got there, she ended up finding out the hard way that life wasn't that easy, and her friends had to teach her a lesson, by educating her a certain way, and she eventually learned. But my thing is, now, my daughter was 11 when I started, 11, 12, when I really started putting pressure on learning things. I grew up in a household that by the age of 7, 8, we already knew how to cook every soup, ogbono, egusi, everything we knew how to cook. We knew how to clean before the age of 8. It wasn't even a discussion. This is how we grew up. Now, mind you, growing up, we didn't like it. We were forced to sit in the kitchen all the time. So you go to school, come back and do all the chores. You do everything, And I always looked at it as punishment. And of course, we rebelled or tried to rebel, but it didn't work with my father, And for a long time, I really, really did not like him for those things. But I remember when I got to Romania and I noticed that people were a bit more lenient. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm glad I'm the way I am because it gave me structure. Now, growing up also, me too, I was stubborn. And my mom would tell me, fix your bed, fix your bed. I'm like, it's comfortable like this. Now I am an OCD freak. Like I cannot have anything out of place in my house. It literally, I don't care if you mop, sweep, do everything. It needs to be organized. Now, when it came to my daughter, because of the way she was raised and there was just a lot going on, I always felt guilty, like, oh my God, because of my own relationship, I kind of traumatized the poor girl. So when we moved to Nigeria, I always try to give her leeway. I'm like, you know what, he should be okay, everything, just do anything else but the cleaning and cooking. Now, also, I like to move at a certain pace. I found it difficult back then to slow down and educate, So if I tell you do something 1, 2, 3 times, I end up doing it myself, or the patience to sit and teach. This is the biggest mistake I ever did for my daughter, and I'm so glad that I ended up correcting it. Now, as much as mothers and fathers would try to have their friends, kids as friends, listen, my daughter knows that I am parent, I'm mommy before anything. She knows that I don't even have to speak. And I give her a stench look and she knows how to correct herself immediately. But it wasn't always like that. I remember from not telling her anything, my friend came over one day and she's like, see, listen, you need to start introducing house chores to your daughter, and we also had a maid back then. So I'm like, it's just faster for me to do. She's like, listen, you're destroying the child for the future, because remember, she has to become an independent person and she would have to take care of herself, both with food and her environment. And if you don't teach her from now, you would not have time. When a child's head is strong already, that's not the time to start coming in with, oh, learn this, learn that, And at first I rebelled because, of course, every mother thinks they know it best. But when I eventually sat and listened, there was a situation where I had such a project that was killing me, and I did not have time to do the cooking and the cleaning. And I'm like, oh, go clean the house. And she was like, I'm like, wait, do you even have to use a mop, She shall clean the house amazingly, but she did the whole, and I'm like, who? So at first I used to look at her face. And whenever I see her frown or do, I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? I will do it myself. But now, mama don't look at faces. Now I tell my daughter, now of today, my daughter is 16. I don't have to tell her what to do because now she does not like filth. Now she sees the mess and fixes it. Now she pumps, she does anything she has to do because she understands, listen, this is a household. We have to take care of it. It's not a mommy or daddy responsibility. This is let's fix this situation. Do you understand? But it took a lot of work and it took a lot of unlearning. I am one person that I would never claim I know it all. I would never claim I'm perfect. I make mistakes and I am not too good to be corrected. The worst thing you can ever do to yourself is tell yourself you cannot unlearn the things you know. No matter how fine you are, no matter how put together you are, there's always somebody that can come into your life and teach you because it does take a village to raise a child. Now, there are a lot of children who get passes. Parents feel like, oh, they need to be friends with their children before anything. You can be friendly with your child so they can get comfortable to speak to you, but never ever mistake that for authority. And I'm sorry, one thing I had to learn is I will not look at your face when I need to educate you. I do not mind you being angry with me for a lifetime if you have to, but I will set rules for you that would help you in the future, that will help you organize yourself. Because I told my daughter, you come from school overwhelmed with so much homework, but guess what? When you grow up, you're going to be working. You will still have to maintain your home and you will still have to eat. If you don't learn from now, you end up eating junk food and you end up a dirty person. So I don't mind you being angry with me. Fine. Right now, she appreciates it. Now she'll tell me, thank you so much for pushing me. Thank you for looking away from my bad face. Now I understand what you're doing. One thing parents don't understand is you give your children leeway today because you don't want to offend their feelings. Get comfortable offending their feelings, because guess what's gonna happen tomorrow? They will turn around and blame you when their life is not working correctly, and when they don't have discipline and don't know how to set boundaries and don't know how to interact with people. They would eventually blame you for that. You should have known better. At the end of the day, you are the parents. If you feel like, and please, for the love of God, people, it doesn't matter if you're married or not. If you're not emotionally, physically and mentally strong enough to bear children, please do not bring kids into the world. You have to get to the point where you're like, okay, you know what, I'm at this stage, but I need to unlearn a lot of things so I can educate my child. Do not instill old, useless beliefs into your children. Prepare them for the world of today, because if not, they will suffer. If you teach your children based on old ways. Now, I never agreed with the overaggression our parents did because they were physically abusive, the fathers, right? But you need to have a strong hand when it comes to raising your children. There's no playing with them. Like I said, if you don't educate them correctly, you will lose them. If you don't educate them correctly, the world will educate them. And sometimes it could end up in a very difficult and dangerous situation. So please prepare your children correctly. Morality, good behavior, discipline starts from young. You instill that in your girls and in your boys. Even if you have maids in your house, please teach your sons and daughters how to hold a mop. Please teach them how to cook a meal. The most basic meal ever in this life will forever be stew. Stew you can eat with pasta, you can eat with yam, you can eat with plantain, you can eat with rice. Teach them basic things and give them space to enlighten themselves. If not, you're doing yourself a disservice. Let me play the end of that.
I realized that you enabled my laziness, Mom. I couldn't cook and clean up after myself because you never taught me. I've had people avoid me because of my lack of hygiene. Zara, my daughter, I was only trying to shield you. I know you were trying to take care of me, but Mom, honestly.
Like I said, those same children you tried to shield and protect and you thought you were just sparing their feelings and their emotions and you looked at their face, they would always turn around and blame you. Because you are the adults and you should know better and you should prepare your children for the outside world, not for yourself. Please re-educate yourself and train yourself, and remember, we all make mistakes. It's not about the mistake, it's about getting out of it and building very strong independent children. Teach them how to be financially responsible, teach them how to be hygienic.